You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel, one of your sources for truth, for fact. Well, and a little bit of fun too, I tell you. Yeah, who could have fun with all this SHTF hitting the fan? Well, you got to do your best, folks. You've got to do your best to deal with it all. But we've got social conflict coming. We've got social chaos coming in a new way. Well, or shall we say, new and improved. Well, folks, diversion, equity, inclusion, DEI, it's a tide that has been coming, and it is now a tide that is flowing out. It is leaving. It is going down. Allow me to explain, and you can decide what to think about it, what to make of it, how dangerous is it, etc. So what is diversity, equity, and inclusion? Well, in the corporate world, they decided, some brilliant idiot, and I mean those contradictory terms, some brilliant knucklehead decided that we need more diversity, we need equity, which is fairness, and we need inclusivity, which means, well, everyone must be represented. So they said, let's just hire fruitcakes and ding-dongs and dipshits and everyone we can and put them in executive positions inside our massive corporations. Pay them huge salaries because that's equitable. And we want to show that we're diverse and that we're inclusive of all fruitcakes of all colors and sizes and frames of mind. Well, that happened, folks, at a time. That started when there was lots of free money coming from the government. Well, times have changed. The government's not handing out free money anymore. Now they're tightening down the screws. And the people, that is to say, little people like you and me, we don't have the money to go buy all these expensive, luxurious items or lots of little things. Consequently, these corporations aren't making big money. They need, folks, some solutions, and they don't have very good answers. No, they don't. So what is happening? Whew, that was a cerveza sneeze. The long forestalled, seemingly endlessly held off, perpetual recession is finally here. It's coming in a big way. And the Wall Street Journal has covered this very interesting portion of it. What corporations are going to do with the dead wood. So, dead wood, folks, that's an agricultural term. In the arborist world, the tree world, if a tree isn't producing, right, you cut off the limbs that aren't, the dead wood, so that the rest of the tree can thrive. Right? If the wood is dead, if it is sick, if it is not producing, you cut it off. That's cutting off the dead wood. Corporations are revealing, and we're talking major corporations, even corporations like Disney. Oh yeah, folks, they're going to get rid of, they're going to eliminate their diversity, equity, and inclusion officers, staff. Isn't that fascinating? You and I just had to survive through this, folks, to see this coming. We predicted it, and we hoped for it. We hoped to see these lackluster socialists who think that because others are doing well, that they're entitled to it. Right? They're entitled to do well. They're entitled to have everything that everyone else has because they say so. They're going to get fired. They're going to lose their jobs because they don't produce, because they don't know shit. No, I've got to tell you, I can't tell you how many dozens of millennial and now centennial morons I have witnessed come and gone, said, well, I could do your job. Well, I could do your job. Well, they don't have the experience. They don't have the knowledge. Folks, you've got to have both. Now, I thought when I was young that I knew quite a bit, and I did, but I didn't know nearly enough. Consequently, I didn't get paid what I thought I should get paid, but still, you put your nose to the grindstone, you work and you learn and you understand. You have to work, gain knowledge, not just book knowledge. 4 years of college doesn't teach you jack shit. I've been reading since I went to grade school, and I continue to read and learn, and there's still more to learn. And on top of knowledge, you got to have experience, how to deal with problems, how to deal with people. These little diversity hires, these equity hires, these inclusion hires, right? These environmental social governance turds, they're going to get fired. And these are the most educated and most capable amongst them. Let me say that again. Of all these socialist, idiotic punks, the most capable among them are these diversity, equity, and inclusion hires. And they're about to, instead of DEI, they're about to DIE, die. They're going to die. They are dead wood, and corporations can't survive paying these morons in these executive positions, nor can they pay morons in mid-level positions, nor can they afford to pay morons who are non-productive at every level, and they're going to fire them. So the question I have for you is, if right now they're throwing a giant fit in demanding everything, complete ownership of the world, what do you think they're going to do when they lose their jobs? Who do you think they're going to blame? Who are they going to blame? That's right. They're going to blame you. They're going to blame me. They're going to blame us. They're going to blame the patriarchy. They're going to blame churches. They're going to blame everybody. Who is going to continue to hire diversity, equity, and inclusion? Dun, dun, dun. The government. The government will continue this ridiculous program because the government doesn't have to produce anything. In fact, the government rewards incompetence, sloth, greed, jealousy. Dun, dun, dun. So with more of these fruitcakes going to government, what do you think the government's attitude is going to be? Punish, punish, punish. If the street urchins, folks, continue their evil ways, all they need is the excuse to create the event so they can protest and march and riot and loot and burn and murder, because they don't have their jobs that they think they earned, and they don't have the life that they believe is theirs. This, folks, is the inevitable conclusion that comes with a communized youth. It happened in China, and it happened in Russia, when they pushed and pushed and pushed socialism / communism. This idea that everybody can share the wealth by taking from those who have and giving to those who won't even try to earn it on their own. That's where we're heading. They tried a peaceful revolution, if you want to call it that, by taking over corporations, taking over the workplace. Right? When employees try telling the company what its policies are going to be, not just what they get paid, but what their policy is, you knew this was coming. Right? First, they try to take over. And if they can't do it in a peaceful manner, such as taking over the government, right, through elections, through appointments, then they take over through revolt. Now understand, they've had their people, their foot soldiers in place within government. I have it on good account that the FBI is loaded with fruitcakes. diversity, equity, inclusion believers. Loaded with these people. Left-wing radical nuts. Doubt me? I don't blame you, doubt me. Are you prepared? Because that's just one of a dozen ways that they're causing shit to fall apart, folks. One of a dozen ways. I hope you are prepared, because chance favors the prepared mind. I'll see you all very, very soon. Semper Fi. Godspeed. Be cool, be safe.